Hey guys, Level Cap here, and just a little while ago the EA Play event kicked off in Los Angeles, California. They revealed that there's going to be a Battle Royale mode in the title, and they also released a new multiplayer trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer, let's watch it first and then we'll get into more details.
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Sus! Games play best on Xbox One.
So that trailer, in my opinion, was significantly better than the original Battlefield reveal trailer. It looked like World War II, which was cool. It didn't quite have that same DICE epicness to it that I think a lot of their previous reveal trailer or their cool action trailers have had. But nonetheless, it did show off a lot more of what I wanted to see. Unfortunately, the reveal event was quite brief, so we didn't quite get to see as much as I would have liked to, but DICE has decided to give a lot of the gameplay and details to their Game Changers program instead and have them promote it for them. Here we get to see the tank drive up and latch onto an anti-air cannon, drive it away. We then get to see tank destruction physics with houses hitting the corner of a building, which previously was impossible or very difficult to destroy a building by doing that. Now the destruction physics have really been taken to the next level. Soldier customization looks a bit cooler in this trailer, perhaps not super authentic, but miles better than the reveal trailer. No prosthetic arms this time around. Now, I've been able to gather quite a bit of information both from the gameplay trailer and from Game Changers who attended the event and have already posted informational gameplay videos. First of all, we see the map Narvik, which is in Norway, and this one has both a daytime and nighttime version. Nighttime looks quite bright, which is exciting. It means that we're hopefully not going to be getting too many of the super dark maps that nobody likes to play on Battlefield 1 currently. Also, I believe that seeing both versions of the map means that we're looking at grand operations, and during certain times of grand operations, perhaps day 1, it'll be a nighttime assault, and day 2, it could be a daytime assault, which is kind of cool. They can alternate the day-night cycle depending on what day of the operation. In Jack Fragg's video, we get to look at the slightly longer revive animation for the meta class. It's not too much. Also, we get to see the squad revive animation, which is significantly longer. Squad revives reward 200 points now, while the points for killing enemies doesn't seem to be particularly boosted. So I feel like revives and stuff like that are going to be even more heavily weighted with the scoring system. A normal medic revive is worth 75 points, up from the normal 50 points. Enemy kills are worth the same amount of points as they were in Battlefield 1, with 100 points of damage to the enemy player, plus 20 bonus points for the kill, and other bonuses like headshot bonuses or savior bonuses. So effectively, your average kill will probably be worth less than reviving a teammate. In fact, building fortifications might be worth more points than killing the enemy. The process of constructing fortifications can reward you with hundreds of points over a short period of time. I do worry about players using this as a way to cheese their way on the scoreboard, or just a way for novice players to get some easy points, because a lone support player building up fortifications is a very easy target to take out, and then the enemy team can basically take advantage of whatever they built up. I hope this doesn't become an in-game issue, and I'll have to test it out more when I'm able to play the game. Building a snowman in-game is also possible, and they'll even award you 55 points for doing so. The fortification system seems a little bit more limited than I initially imagined when it was first talked about. The wall building structures and foxholes and machine gun emplacements are all basically set up before you get there. So if you think you're going to get creative with fort building or setting up something that nobody else has thought about before, that's not possible. It's all predetermined build locations, usually around flags or buildings, and that's basically it. So if you thought you were going to go Fortnite or Minecraft up in Battlefield, you certainly do not have that same kind of freedom. You'll just be able to build the predetermined fortifications that DICE has set up. I'm a bit concerned that the point scoring and the effectiveness of fortifications might change the game's underlying meta, where normally if you get onto a flag point in Battlefield, you might be scouting around or looking for incoming enemies, but if there's points to be had for building up fortifications, everybody might just be busy building sandbags while the enemy comes in, flanks, and gets some kills while you're building a bunch of stuff. I don't know, I need to play the game, but that is certainly a concern I had from watching some of the gameplay videos. Tank ricochet shots are coming back. I think Battlefield 1 did a better job of balancing them, so hopefully that'll carry over into Battlefield 2 as well, and it could make it interesting, especially if Tiger tanks have much more effective ricochet mechanics on their front armor or something like that. That would be quite cool. There is asymmetrical balance with the vehicles, so if you're playing for the Germans, you can spawn a Tiger. If you're playing for the Americans, a Sherman. You won't be able to swap vehicles unless you steal them from the enemy. Tank repairing is still back as quick repair and self-repair. However, DICE has nerfed it in the extent that you cannot fully repair your tank with either of these two functions. You will either have to get out of your tank and manually repair your tank to full health, you will have to get a support player to repair your tank to full health, or you'll have to drive by a supply point, which will both rearm your tank and repair your tank. That's right, tanks and vehicles no longer have unlimited ammo. You can run out of ammo. This is something that existed in earlier Battlefield games like Battlefield 2, and you had to rely on basically going back to bases to rearm. And this was an important point because it meant that you could not just purely air dominate in an attack helicopter. Eventually you would run out of ammo and you would have to go back and get more ammo. I like this mechanic. I think it's going to slow down some of the potential vehicle domination that can occur in this game, and it'll take some of the best vehicle drivers or vehicle pilots in this game, and it'll say, hey, you did really good as a plane, you blew up a couple tanks and some guys, and now you have to go back and rearm, which will give the enemy team a little bit of breathing time, something that perhaps was not available in Battlefield 1 with the relentless attack plane assaults. Now, tanks can get their ammo from supply points on the ground. Support players can also build additional supply points on objectives or near objectives. I think squad leaders can also call in supply drops. Airplanes have supply points located in the sky. I imagine these will be closer to their deployment or something that forces them to sort of fly away, fly a bit off of the map to get their ammo back. Both the tanks and the planes look damn cool, man. Some of them look absolutely huge, and the World War II tanks and planes are just so darn iconic. I think this is definitely one of the biggest draws of the game to me right now. I want to get in all the tanks, all the planes, try them out, bomb some people, do some strafing runs, blow up another tank with a Tiger. It looks quite exciting. The Stuka also has the siren on it, so when it's doing fast flybys or dives, you will hear that insane sound, which is terrifying but also cool. You know, if a plane is diving at you, you'll have a pretty good idea of it. 3D spotting has been heavily toned down. The mechanics of this have not been specifically detailed yet on how it exactly works, but basically if you're sniping in the distance, you probably won't be seeing 3D spots anywhere near as frequently. You will have the option though to mark things on the map for your squad to see or indicate enemy locations or where you're going. So you will have some tools for spotting and indicating things, but it won't be like before. Then, of course, there was the announcement for Royale, the Battle Royale game for Battlefield 5. It's going to include vehicles. We don't really know too much more beyond that. There was mixed reactions both in the audience and for me personally, I am excited to see what that game mode might look like, but I think DICE is probably going to be putting most of their effort towards making grand operations and the new game modes work effectively. At least I hope they will. Overall, my excitement levels for Battlefield 5 have gone up considerably. I think the presentation at EA Play was very brief, and the trailer was decent, but pretty lacking compared to previous Battlefield trailers for previous games. So, I think DICE could definitely improve on some of their presentation and stuff like that. But the actual underlying gameplay and mechanics looks really cool. It looks promising. And I can't wait to try it out tomorrow, play it for myself, and let you guys know what I actually think. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.